Battery switch has three different positions:
Yes.
battery 1, battery 2, and both.
Right.
So normally you will want to run both batteries are exactly the same. So it's better just to run it in 1 or 2, whichever one you decide. I normally like to go to battery 1, which is, you can see the number there, 1, 2, and then down here will be both.
Oh, okay. So up was off.
And up is off.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, run it in 1, and then let's say you get to a spot and you anchor, and then you just hang around for a little bit. Then you can switch the switch when you're gonna start the engine back up, which is what drains the most amount of power. You can switch it to number 2 momentarily. That way you have that extra power.
Oh, you're saying use number 2 only.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So save one. I mean, save one battery, not number 1 necessarily, but save one battery for starting up.
Yeah. Or even you can go to both. You can combine both of them, and you have the extra cranking that you need. So it's up to your discretion which one you want to save and which one you want to.
But do you put it on both when you're running so you can charge both?
You can do that too.
Shaking his head.
You can do that too. You can do that too. It's not recommended to do it all the time. If you do it for a little bit, it's not gonna affect anything. But when you have it on both,
you're draining both.
You're draining both, but also the engine has to be charging both, so it's gonna be putting more output to be able to charge both. Does that make sense?
Yes, more energy.
Yeah.
So tell me, I'm sorry, when do I want to have it on both?
So basically on both, it's only let's say one of the 2 batteries is low.
Oh.
So you put it on both. That way they equal out, and they kind of work together to start the engine.
Okay, but typically it sounds like you're doing one or the other.
One or the other.
Okay.
Yeah. Not really really both is only for if one is very low and you need that extra power to start the engine. You know. So, but normally you will run either on 1 or 2.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
So that's on 1 right there. So then you go here. You know, you can kind of click this off, and then key switch. So it's just kind of like on your car. The first click is only the accessory. Basically, it's gonna power up the gauge. It's gonna power up the computer on the engine. That's the first step. And then normally before you crank it, before you give it, to start,
a hard crank, yeah.
you want to wait until that beep turns off, so you can hear it. Look. And then you start it.
Okay.
And then you start it. That way, you give a little bit of time for everything to
wake up.
Yeah. So once that's on,
yeah.
Then you can start the engine. So there. We're gonna go back there in a little bit now, and we're gonna go. I'm gonna explain to you how to check the oil if you wanted to.
Oh wow.
Things like that. So there's the engine running. You can see here at the top.
Oh, I see it now.
So the top is gonna be the RPM.
Okay. So 700.
700 RPM. That's an idle. If you wanna just rev up the engine, you push in here.
And why would I want to do that?
Not really for any reason, really. It's only more so for us mechanics. But
okay.
I'm just giving you
the
information, right?
Yeah.
And then that's that's free throttle, right? No gears.
Oh, it's disengaging it.
It's disengaging the gear, the shifter.
All right.
So then here is forward, reverse. For the bow thruster, you do have another battery switch in here. So that one is separate from this one here. So we can. So let's see this this one in here.
Oh, okay,
So that's for the bow thrust.
okay.
You turn that on. That one only it's only a one battery, so it's either on or off.
Okay. Does that one get charged at all? By the
I
engine?
believe that one, yeah, that one is connected
It is.
underneath that seat with the other battery. So it will
Okay.
So
get
there's two batteries plus a battery.
two batteries starting
Yeah.
for the engine, and then
Right.
you have the that
Okay.
one for just
So
about.
yeah, for that one to charge, it probably has to be on.
Yeah,
to
it
do
has
that
to be
trip.
on. Exactly. Correct. Thank you.
So it's just like up and down or to the right, that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
It's either on or off.
On,
Okay.
off. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. Only, And then when you come here, right now it's off. You see, nothing's happening. So you want to click both on, and then you hear that. You see that little light come on, and then you can. Sorry.
It's okay.
So either he probably show you more on
Yeah.
how
Oh, yeah,
how
yeah.
to dock.
No, I
But
appreciate
they
it.
also have a timeout on them, so you got to really watch it because when you're docking and you think you're all ready, and then you start to back in, you're like, oh, you reach for it, it's off. Because you've got to really make sure that that stays on and hit it at the last second. And when you're ready to maneuver, really watch it. Because if that goes off, it'll really screw you up.
Yeah. And
Especially
then
on a day like today, it probably comes in.
Yeah, oh, very much so.
And
I
then
had
another-
forgotten you had it.
another thing he mentioned too is that delay. So let's say I'm going that way. So you see, it takes a little bit
A little bit
It's
of
not
reaction.
instantaneous.
of reaction.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
like instantaneous. The
Because
engine,
it's got to start pumping, and then the water goes whoosh too.
and then before it goes the other way, the motor has to stop, and then it will.
And there's a second or two of computer
Yeah.
time in there for it
Sure.
to save itself.
Okay. And then, this might seem dumb, but to the right
That's right.
it's gonna go.
Bring in the bow. to the-
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
It's not
Um,
like when we're going in reverse and it's opposite.
yeah. These switches here, that's everything. All the 12-volt accessories.
12 volt meaning battery, right?
Battery, yeah,
Yeah.
all the lights, different things. This one here, you see, is not labeled,
Mhm.
so that's just for extra stuff if you wanted to add extra stuff to the boat. But
Yeah.
right now they're not being used.
Okay.
That'll be great for your disco lights and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't know. I just said, sure, let's just get the extra panel in case. I just figured it's better to have it there.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know
because
if we'll ever
actually
use it, but
these two, you are using it fully.
completely. Okay.
Yeah. So you have nav lights,
Navigation. Okay.
navigation lights. Now this boat has this thing that is pretty cool. So the courtesy lights.
I thought courtesy was just the white lights, right?
Yeah, the white lights you can see them on around the sorry, around the cooler, and then you have one on the back too.
Okay.
There. That's just those. But then if you go here, so you would turn this one up here, the
Accent lights.
accent
okay.
lights, and then that would turn a few other underneath, back there underneath here.
Yeah.
You can change them. Green. Are they on? So turn on the courtesy. No, the courtesy lights. No, they're not.
We're
Okay,
trying to
There
do
they
the-
are.
Okay, right.
So there are some right here too.
There are some.
Yes.
So and they glow red, blue, or green. I think
Oh,
you
yeah,
flick
yeah.
it once and it's one or the other.
Yeah, you can. So those underneath there are the ones that change color. You can choose white, blue, green, red. You can make it
Yeah, they're green right now.
so red,
Why does it have a rainbow dial?
because instead of changing each one color, you can actually combine them.
Oh my God! I can make purple.
So you can
Yeah,
make
yeah,
purple. You can make
Don't laugh. I
orange.
have that in my cockpit. I've got a strip here and a remote control, and I can make the cockpit glow green.
Oh.
And
I
people
didn't
love
think
it.
to ask for it up here.
Well.
Well,
So-
you can always-
So although they're similar, they actually are wired in two different switches: courtesy and accent
Right.
lights. Right. So then
But
you
the accent light powers that other controller.
exactly.
Yes.
So
this one, yeah.
yeah, you turn here on, and then you have to either press on
Adjust
off.
it there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Okay.
nice.
So that's the courtesy lights. Then you have a bilge pump.
Yes.
Which is the override for the automatic pump.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You do have a float switch automatically,
Mhm.
and if it sees any water, then it will pump it out.
Mhm.
Then
Oh, and there's an access plate underneath the box, so you gotta snap off the box and open it to get to the actual build spot. You can hear it run.
Okay.
Yep.
So the box moves?
Oh, you're a hoser today.
Yeah. You can move the box. Has 2 hooks on each side.
Yeah.
And you can move it.
The whole thing, wow.
Yeah, oh, it's bolted down really tightly. It cannot go anywhere. It's very smart.
But if you
With a turnbuckle.
Thank you, appreciate that.
But I thought you just said we could move it.
Oh, yeah,
if you needed to, yeah, you can move it.
Thank you, man, appreciate that.
Yeah. Then the bottom 3 switches here are all your navigation stuff.
Oh.
So you have GPS on, the stereo, and the VHF.
So on is always to the right.
yeah, going to the
Yeah, it
back.
should light up. Is there a light on?
Yeah.
No, on the switch.
There is, but I think right now you can see it more so at night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a little light.
Right,
And
right.
This one you can see a little.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So I'm gonna close this because well, I guess there's a head. Let me show you the head, and that way I can finish here.
Okay.
The other thing would be